This is a case of salvaging a free cap with central stripe post LASIK. A 22-year-old male presented 7 days post LASIK with central stripe. Visual acuity was not improving beyond 6/18. Surgeon was unavailable to comment. Flap striae were noted. It is important to understand that diagnosis of striae can be done by instilling fluorescein and noting uneven pooling of tear film after a blink, or by dilating the patient and noting under retroillumination. Based on these, the initial surgical plan was made. Steps of flap ironing include careful removal of epithelium, dissection of flap along the edges, reflection of flap over hinge, floating and stretching back with blunt forceps, flap pushed gently and firmly away from the central cornea. This is a filed case in which nasal hinge had been done. The flap is gently stretched. To prevent dead space, based on this, we started our case and unfortunately met with a surprise. Flap dissection was started from nasal to remove the epithelium. To our surprise, the edge got lifted and the entire cap came off in a circular manner. We assumed that a hinged flap was present, realized that it was a free cap, and now we were uncertain if the flap had been positioned upside down. We course corrected. And started by removing the epithelium gently with a hockey stick. Difficulty being the flap was moving because there was no hinge. To identify which side was up, whether the epithelial basement membrane was upside down or the stroma was upside down, we stained it with trypan blue and looked for visual and tactile clues. For the purpose of this presentation, we did a small experiment to identify the flip and the flop side. For this, we used a desec cap and removed the epithelium completely. Trypan blue staining was used and found that stromal side absorbs stain more diffusely, whereas the epithelial side shows a different smooth structure. The scientific basis is that the Bowman's layer histologically is smooth, whereas stromal fibers are irregular. This gives us visual differentiation for assessing the orientation and is useful in ambiguous or trauma cases. We took a desec cap, carefully removed the epithelium. The stromal surface was marked at the edge and the epithelial surface was marked in the center. Trypan blue dye, freely available in the OT, was used to stain both the surfaces for 20 seconds. Excess dye was removed with Merocel sponge. Epithelial side can be clearly seen to be more shiny and smooth, whereas the stromal side is more irregular and taking up more dye. Having established the correct orientation of the flap, we now proceeded to ironing the flap and repositioning it in the central circular gutter that had been created because of it being a free circular flap. With gentle movement and compression, the flap was reposited perfectly into the defect. Excess saline was drained off using a Merosil sponge. To prevent the dislocation of the flap, now as well as post-operatively, we used overlay suturing with 10-0 monofilament nylon. No attempt was made to bury the knot, as this would result in more microstriae. A bandage contact lens was applied. Post-operatively, the patient was followed up for a period of 8 weeks. At 3 weeks, the bandage contact lens was removed. No striae were noted overlying the pupillary area. However, some amount of haze persisted even at 6 weeks post-operatively. Patient's visual acuity, however, improved to 6/9 and staining showed no striae in the central area. We want to highlight that free caps may masquerade as hinged flaps. A careful orientation of the flap is critical in such cases, as epithelium may have grown over either surface. Trypan blue is a valuable adjunct in identifying the orientation. Timing of intervention is crucial since flap striae respond well to stretching within 2 weeks.